Hey, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful teaching tools you have at your disposal. And it's not a fancy toy or a new book. It's the classroom itself. We're going to explore how to set up a toddler classroom that actually works with you, all guided by the best practices that really define high-quality care.
So let's just start with this big idea. What if your classroom wasn't just, a box you put kids in? What if it was an active tool that does some of the teaching for you? We're going to dive into how to make every single corner of your room work for you and, of course, for the children. You've probably heard this phrase before. The environment is the third teacher. It's such a powerful concept in our field. What it really means is that right alongside you and the children themselves, the physical space plays a critical role in the learning team. A truly great room doesn't happen by accident. It's designed with intention, to teach, to comfort, and to inspire.
So why do we care so much about this? Well, because a thoughtfully arranged classroom is the foundation for absolutely everything else you do. It supports independence, it encourages positive behavior, and it makes every single interaction a richer learning opportunity. And hey, this isn't just some fluffy, feel-good idea. It's actually something we can measure. And that brings us to a really important professional tool, the IDERS 3. Think of the infant/toddler environment rating scale as the gold standard. It's so valuable because it helps us move beyond just guessing what works. It's a framework backed by research that gives us a clear, objective picture of what high-quality care and education actually look like in the real world.
And wow, is the ITERS 3 comprehensive? It looks at everything. The physical space, yeah, but also the daily routines, the books you've got on the shelves, the activities you plan, and, this one's so important, the interactions between you and the children. It gives us a complete roadmap for creating a truly excellent environment. Okay, so let's get down to the brass tacks. Where do we even begin? Well, you start with the absolute basics, safety and flow. Before we can even dream about beautiful learning centers, we have to make sure the room is a safe and easy place for these little bodies that are, still figuring out how to move. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got that cluttered space, the one. It's impossible to see everyone, it causes so much frustration when kids can't find what they're looking for, and cleanup time is just chaos. But then you look at the other side. Clear pathways. You can easily see everyone, toddlers can move around confidently, and going from playtime to snack time is just so much smoother. So here's the real takeaway. A room with good flow isn't just about looking neat and tidy. It's about lowering the stress level for everyone, the kids and you. When a toddler knows exactly where to find the blocks and where they can build, boom, there are fewer conflicts. When you can see the whole room, you can step in and help before a little frustration boils over. All right, so we've got our foundation of safety and flow down. Now for the fun part. Let's take a little tour of the classroom and we'll start with the active learning centers. These are the zones where all that amazing hands-on exploration, problem solving, and discovery really happens. If you look at the quality standards, there's a magic number they often talk about, 5. The goal is to have at least 5 distinct, well-defined intercenters. This isn't just about having more stuff. It's about giving kids clear choices. When a child can choose their own play, they engage so much more deeply, they focus for longer, and they start building those crucial decision-making skills. Let's kick things off with a classic, the block center. The key word here is accessibility. You gotta have low, open shelves that just invite kids to grab the materials themselves. You want a good variety of blocks, and, so important, a protected space on the floor where their amazing towers won't get trampled. And adding a few little cars or people, that can keep the imaginative play going for ages. Okay, moving on to the art and writing center. Again, the trick is to get down on their level, literally. Are the crayons and the paper right there, at their eye level, where they can reach them? Is the furniture their size? And, this is a big one, is there a place to proudly display their masterpieces? This tells them, hey, what you made matters. Dramatic play. This is where the magic really happens, right? This is where toddlers try on different roles and make sense of the world. A great dramatic play center will have props for at least 2 different themes. And please, let's think beyond just the kitchen. It could be a vet's office, a construction site, or a flower shop. Child-sized furniture makes it feel real, and of course, labeled bins make cleanup so much easier for everyone. Okay, we've talked about all the busy, active spaces, but just as important are the quiet spaces.
Toddlers have such big emotions, and it is so easy for them to get overwhelmed. They absolutely need places where they can rest, recharge, and just find a little bit of comfort. So here's another one of those handy numbers to keep in mind from the quality standards. 3. Try to aim for at least 3 soft furnishings in your classroom. This could be a small couch, a couple of big floor pillows, a beanbag chair, anything that just screams, this is a place to be soft and calm. This is what we call the cozy corner. It should be tucked away from all the hustle and bustle of the room. You want to fill it with soft textures, pillows, blankets, a favorite teddy bear. This is their safe harbor, the perfect spot for a child to go when they just need a minute to regulate their feelings, maybe with a sensory bottle or a quiet toy. And last but not least in our quiet tour, the book nook. Making the space inviting is everything. You've got to have comfortable seating. And here is a pro tip. Always display books with their covers facing out. Why? Because toddlers don't read the words on a spine. They read the pictures on the cover. This one simple change will dramatically increase how often they pick up a book on their own. So we've just walked through this amazing classroom setup, right? But you might be wondering, how does this all connect to, the official stuff, the bigger picture of professional quality? Well, all these practical tips are directly linked to the formal standards that define what it means to be excellent in early childhood education. Think about the big state quality systems, like Kentucky All-Stars. They're designed to rate and help improve childcare programs. And the main tool they rely on to observe and measure the environment, you guessed it, the research-backed IDERS 3. This is so important because it means that awesome block corner you set up, that's not just a nice little thing to do, it's a real, measurable sign of a top-notch program. And this table just pulls it all together perfectly. Look at how everything we've talked about maps directly onto those IDERS 3 subscales. See? Your clear pathways and that cozy corner, that's space and furnishings. Your art stuff that kids can reach, that's activities. And your book nook with the forward-facing books, language and books. Every single intentional choice you make adds up. Okay, as we start to wrap this up, I want to say something really important. This is not about creating a perfect, Pinterest-worthy classroom by tomorrow morning. It's about making small, intentional changes over time. The goal here is progress, not perfection. And I absolutely love this quote from Angela Keys because it gets right to the heart of it all. Ultimately, this is our goal. Using frameworks like IDERS 3 helps us shift our whole mindset and to start seeing our classrooms through a toddler's eyes. What do they see? How do they feel? What does this room invite them to do? So I'll leave you with this one final thought, a little challenge. What is one small change you can make tomorrow to see your classroom through a toddler's eyes? Maybe it's turning a few books around or adding one more pillow to the cozy corner. Maybe it's just spending 2 minutes on your hands and knees to see what the world looks like from down there. That one small change can make all the difference. Thanks so much for joining me.